Hello everybody, welcome back. Well, today we are going to make some envelopes, different sizes. I'm going to try to show you as many ways as I can how to make envelopes. And we're going to start with this one. This has just a little bit of an almost an origami fold to it, but this particular envelope starts with a square. So it could be any size you want it to be. This one is 5 inches square. I think the one that we're going to make is going to be a little bit bigger. But you have the options here where this, you can tuck one corner into the other like that. That kind of holds that part closed. And then you could glue this down to a page if you wanted to, and you let this be your pocket. Or you could go ahead and bring this flip down and have a pocket back there too if you want to. What I was going to do is just glue. And you don't have to do this. Whoa, I forgot I just filled that up. So now it's coming out fast. I was just going to glue that little part down like that. So let's make one of these. Okay, so what I've got here is a 6-inch square. So I'll make this one a little bit bigger. So the first thing you're going to do is fold your paper corner to corner. Fold it point to point. Now this next part, you can eyeball it if you want to. If you want to eyeball it, just fold these 2 points together and make a little crimp right there, just enough where you can see where that little crimp is. And then, so here's my crimp right here, my little bend. Then you want about a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to say, I'm going to just make a little mark just so that hopefully you can see that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but hopefully you can. All right, so here is our middle. There's the middle. So we want to fold this side not to the middle, but keep going to that little mark that we made that's about a 1/2 inch beyond the middle. All right, and then same thing on this side. Fold this one in, but not to the middle, but that little 1/2 inch mark. So like I said, you can eyeball that, but you need about a 1/2 inch, a good 1/2 inch. It could probably be a little bit more. It just needs to be enough so that you can tuck one side into the other and it'll stay. So it could actually be more than, it could be 3/4 inch. It could even be 1 inch. It'd be more like that when it closes. So any of that works. All right. And then like I said, you can leave it just like that if you want to, or you can go ahead and close the whole thing up. So I'm going to show you another way. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this bottom half down, making a mess. I'm going to go ahead and glue that down so that it will be an actual envelope. Now this one won't open. This one you could put in a pocket somewhere in your junk journal, and then you could still open it completely to write in it if you wanted to. You've got that whole, no you don't because I glued it down. You got this much you could write in then. Yeah, so see, there's another advantage. If you don't glue that part down, you could open the whole thing up and have that much journaling space. But for now, so I've glued the bottom, so it's an actual little pocket there. Then we're going to fold this down, and I see something was off just a little bit because that should have went right straight to the middle, and since it didn't, I don't like that, and that's why I was measuring it, but I must have gotten it off. If you fold it right, when you come to do this part, it'll go right to that middle point where I want it to be, but that one's not going to go. So I tell you what, I can leave this open just like this. Also, I could fold it. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So even if you make a boo-boo, keep going. Keep going. We'll make it a happy accident. You could fold it back like that, and then you've got this pocket, and then you've got this pocket back here on your junk journal page. So, you know, or you could even leave this completely open here, fold that back if you wanted to, and now you've got another pocket there. So there's a lot of options for this little envelope. All right, let's make a different style. Okay, so for this style, this is probably the easiest envelope you can make. You want a short side and a long side. Just so that you'll know, my short side is 4 inches by 6. So this is a 4 by 6. If you want to, you can round the corners, which I'm going to do. Just take your corner rounder. I'm going to round that. You can round to all 4 if you want to, but you don't absolutely have to. There we go. So this being my flap over, all I'm going to do is fold up. Doesn't really matter. How far is that? Right at 2 inches. And then we're going to fold the flap down. Now, if you fold the flap all the way down, say to here, your crease is here, it's a little harder to get into there. I like to leave it up just a little, not go all the way with it, but either way works. You can fold that flap there. See, now you've got a little room to get in here, and you also can put you a little divot there. So this is a 1.5 inch circle punch, and before I glue that together, and this one is dull, I forgot it. I need to cut some aluminum foil with that, because this little guy has gotten really dull, and if I don't cut something really thick, then it doesn't cut well. But it's just a little thumb notch, a little divot there. Then you can glue that down if you want to. You don't even have to. You could actually put you a closure here and leave this to open like that if you wanted to. Or, I tell you what, instead of gluing it down, or you could glue it down, you know, glue here and glue here, glue that down, bada boom, bada bang, you're through. You've got this cute little envelope. You can stitch it if you want to, but let's make a little closure for this. This is a little container that I keep paper buttons and swing tabs in, so that when I need to make a little closure, I can just go back to this little thing here and find something that I want to use. See, that's a little bit too big. That one would be okay. And these are just cardstock buttons that I've punched out, and I have covered some of them with UTEE, Ultra Thick Embossing Enamel. You could use any kind of a sealant. Ooh, I don't know, I kind of like that one. Yeah, it's too busy. You could use any kind of a little sealant, and you don't have to use the sealant, but it just makes it a little bit stronger. Might use that one. But I wanted to show you some different options. So you can use anything you want to. It just doesn't matter. Let's see, what is that one? Okay, let's use that one. That one's pretty good and strong. And some of these I went ahead and made them into swing tabs, and some of them I have not yet. So I'm going to do that now. So what I want is a swing tab. And that's a little tab that's going to have a brad closure, and it's going to swing to let that come open. So what I want to do is I want to reinforce this and then punch a hole through both of these. So in order to reinforce this one, I'm just going to take this is a 1/2 inch, but any size works, doesn't matter. I'm going to take a little 1/2 inch circle, and I'm going to figure out where this, where the brad is going to go. So it's pretty close to the bottom, right about there. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue right, and I'm still putting way too much. Kind of in the middle. Try to get in the middle if I can. I'm going to put that right there. Okay, and then we're going to take a hole punch. I had to pull out the Big Daddy for this because it's too far in for my smaller hole punch. But I had to put it down there so that the flap wouldn't be on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out where I want this guy to be. And it's also centered, you know, as much as it can be. So holding these two together, I'm going to punch it's a 1/8 inch hole. I hope I got that in the right place. I did not. All right. Well, purrs. Okay. Another blunder, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I can work all day by myself and not have mistakes, but when you got to film something. All right. So there's where I'm just going to punch again. I've already got a hole in the top, but I'm just going to punch on the bottom. There we go. That's what I wanted. So really, this hole is not going to show except for when this is down, but that's okay. I'll show you another thing you can do. Oh, let's see. See this little divot I cut out? that matches this paper, I'm just going to take and I'm going to tear some of the edges of it, and I'm going to go over here on this back side, and I am just going, yeah, look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm just all over the place today. I'm going to glue that down right there. And that's just going to patch that little hole. You won't see the inside of this when I'm done. So all you'll see is that. Do you see the hole anymore? Do you see it? See, you can't even see it. It's there. But that just kind of camouflaged it. All right, so we've got this part reinforced like we wanted. Now we want to put that on. So all we need is to get us a cute little brad. Let's see what we've got that might match. It's an odd color. I like this color. These guys would match, but they're a little bit bigger than I normally use for such a small envelope. So we may have to go, oh, I know what. Let's use these. There's some small ones in here. Super small. Let's go with that gold square. Isn't that cute? It's a little brad, but it's square. I don't even know where I got those, but it's cute because it's different. It's unusual. All right, so put all these guys back in here. We'll take our little brad and put it through this hole and through that hole. We're going to open it all up on this side. Ta and da. Now, let's go ahead and glue these sides down like so. Then we can close our envelope. Now, we'll swing this down here pretty much all the way. We'll close our envelope and we'll swing it back up, and it holds your envelope closed. Isn't that cute? That's why it's a swing tab. So there's just an idea. That's one idea. There's so many ideas of ways you can close an envelope. Let's look at another one. Okay, here's two more ideas for you in a ways to close an envelope. Now this is a wallpaper envelope. I put a little cluster here as I was stitching along. As I stitched this together, I added the little cluster in there. And on the front, I just put a heart. Just a die cut, punched out heart, but you only glue the bottom half. You leave the top half open and bada boom. This one has this little string tie closure, which I love to use these too. Same thing. It's just a circle with a brad in it. You can put a circle in a circle in a circle if you want to. You can just, put a bunch, or you can just use one like I did. Wrap it around here, and I usually add some sort of a dangle, a bead or something there, just because that's fun. All right, let's see what else we got. Okay, this one is kind of similar to the first one, where you're going to start with a perfect square and you're going to fold it point to point. Then we're going to take these 2 points and we're going to fold it straight down. All right. Then we're going to find that center by folding it in half and just making a little crimp there to find the center. Then we're going to fold this into the center, exactly at the center this time. This one, exactly into the center, just like that. And then, again, you've got your options up here. You can glue this together. You can push, if you have double-sided paper, that would be pretty to do it this way. Fold one to the front, one to the back. If you did that, then you can also have a closure here. We'll put a closure on it in just a minute. But you have the option of a pocket back here, or take it out, and you've got a pocket here and a pocket here on the back. You got this pocket in the middle. You can raise this up if you want to, and then you've got all of this space. But what I usually do right here and right here is I usually go ahead and glue these 2 down, and then I've got this pocket and that pocket. And then again, you can decide what you want to do with this. You can leave it up, you can flip it back, you can flip them both up, kind of like we did the other one. These just don't tuck. Now, for a closure, if you wanted to keep this closed permanently, then I would just put a little circle here, and just kind of tuck all 3 pieces under that little circle. If that's what you want to do, you can do anything. I mean, the sky is the limit here, but let's look at another closure that I think will be fun. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and glue these down so they won't be in our way. Glue these 2 flaps down here. And I'm going to go ahead and glue these 2 flaps down just because. Just because. All right, now, fold this down. All right, now I want a closure. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm just taking a piece of brown cardstock and then another piece of scrapbook paper, cut just a little bit narrow, about 1/4 of an inch narrower than the first strip. And the first strip is about 3/4, but it doesn't have to be. It could be anything you want it to be. And what I want to do is I want to make a little strap that's going to come around these 3 pieces like that, and then it's going to end about right there. So I'm going to cut this. Ooh, these are not my favorite scissors. Just like that. Okay, that's what I want it to do. All right, so I haven't glued it or anything to the envelope yet. I'm going to, and I'll show you why. Put that right there. See, that's cute. That's so cute. All right, now I want 2 little brads or dots or something. I was looking at these little metal embellishments here, but they're just really a little bit too blue. They don't quite match that. You could do this part with pearls if you wanted to. It could be colored pearls if you want to, but I am going to use, what do you call them? Eyelets? There we go. Eyelets. And of course that blue is not going to be the right color, but I really want this kind of a antique gold color. All right, and I want 4 of these, and I know you're thinking, 4? Why does she need 4? Well, because she has an idea. Wait a minute, there's one. Is that gold? That's antique gold, yes. And yes, okay, there's 4 antique gold. I've got a bunch of eyelets, and some of them are easy to set, and some of them are hard. So I wrote on top of here, easy to set. So I'd remember. All right, so we're going to take 2 of these, take our crocodile, and this is just to be pretty. I'm going to punch a little hole on either side. You could also do this with brads if you want to, but I wanted to keep it a little flatter, so I'm going to use eyelets. And I'm going to put 1 eyelet in here, and then I'm going to take my crocodile, and I'm going to smash it down, and I'm going to put another eyelet here, and I'm going to smash it. There we go. Now, if they don't close as far as you want them to close, like that didn't, we're going to fix it. You take a cutie patootie lady's hammer, and you just gently, see there? Now it's closed. Now it's flat. I don't want no sharp edges. All right? So here's what we've got so far. We're going to do this, and we're going to do that. Now, the other thing I want is I want another one right here. Okay? Okay, so I've got this little leftover piece from what I did earlier, and here's what I'm going for. I'm going for this to be right there, and then this will tuck in underneath it, this part. So I'm going to attach this to this, but I'm going to use brads, eyelets, which tells me I'm still short one. I'll have to dig one more out. Okay, so there's that. So we've got those brads on, we've got this part, and I was going to tell you what I did when I put these brads on. I stuck this under here so that this would have just a little bit of loose, it wouldn't be so tight that it'd be hard to get this in when we get ready to put this in. All right, so that's going to go there. This is going to wrap over here. This is going to go up under there. See, it's going to be so cute. Now, why do I want to do that? I don't know, but I just do. I just think that's cute. Now, to keep this intact so it doesn't go anywhere, I don't want it to get away from me, I am gonna glue, try to get in the middle, and I'm gonna add just a little bit of glue. It doesn't have to be a lot, just to hold that down so that when you do open this envelope, you don't lose everything. You know, it doesn't all fall apart. All right, now let's get you back out of there. Let's see how hard it's going to be once everything's closed. It may be more trouble than it was worth, but for some reason I wanted to do that. So, okay, open. Okay, so here you are, open. Get your little goodies out and your ephemera pieces or whatever. You get ready to close it. We're going to tuck that in there. We're going to tuck this in here, and it went under. Okay. Just tuck this in here and tuck this in last there so that our little eyelets are on the top. And you know what I'd probably do? I'd probably put a little word right there. I just think that's so cute. All right, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That's all for now. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.